American actress Sigourney Weaver became famous for her image as a strong heroine who can even cope with alien monsters. But the talented actress did not become the performer of one role, showing audiences both weak, unable to take care of themselves characters and passionate seductresses. Decades later, Weaver is still on track and ready to reveal new facets of her talent. Childhood and youth. Susan Alexandra, better known as Sigourney, was born on October 8, 1949, in New York City. The star's childhood was spent in the historic downtown Manhattan. The girl grew up with her older brother Trajan in a wealthy family. Susan's mother is a British actress Elizabeth Inglis. Her father, Sylvester Pat Weaver, was the head of America's largest television company NBC, and his brother Doodles Weaver is a popular comedian. The artist has English, Irish, Scottish, and Dutch blood in her veins. Susan was raised by numerous governesses. Little girl loved to tease the nannies, came up with interesting shenanigans. Weaver liked to reincarnate in other people. Apparently, the talent gave itself to her. For some time, Weaver attended a private school in New York, so decided to his mother. At that time, the student was complex because of his height. Susan was taller than her classmates, but was slim. To avoid insulting attacks, she began to make fun of herself and soon became a general favorite. Nevertheless, her natural proportions had a negative impact on her self-esteem. Because of the frequent moves of her parents, Susan had to change educational institutions. The artist studied in San Francisco, then in a private school in Connecticut. So in the celebrity awakened a passion for travel. At 14, Weaver, under the impression of reading the novel The Great Gatsby, decided to take a pseudonym. The girl began to call herself Sigourney on behalf of one of the heroines of the book. After school, Weaver toured the entire East Coast in America, went to Israel, for a time lived in France, Spain, Holland. During the tour, she realized that she wanted to make art. Upon returning home, Weaver was admitted to the Department of English Literature at Stanford University and then studied drama at Yale University, where she got on the same course with Meryl Streep. At the university, Sigourney had a hard time. A number of teachers called the actress mediocre. In the student productions of Weaver played in the background, including in his graduation musical Frogs. Movies. Sigourney's creative biography began in the 1970s. Among the first works is the picture Annie Hall, filmed by Woody Allen. The future star barely appeared in the frame, but the comedy was successful and brought the creators 4 Oscars. Widely known for, the actress came in 1979 after the main role in the movie Alien. As conceived by the screenwriters, for the first time on the screen as a superhero would be a woman. It was originally planned to involve Meryl Streep. Sigourney did not immediately get into the cast, but the athletic figure of the performer and noble facial features helped her to create the desired image. Officer Ellen Ripley, whom Weaver portrayed in the franchise, gained worldwide popularity, launched the fashion for a new type of blockbuster heroines, became an icon of strong ladies, and brought the performer resounding fame. Scientists have even named a crater on Charon, Pluto's satellite, after the character. And a promotional photo of Sigourney with a red cap more than once has wowed fans and inspired cosplayers. By the way, for work in this film, the actress received a modest fee of $30,000. In subsequent years came out 3 parts of the picture with Weaver. In 1999, 2 years after the premiere of the 4th tape, Sigourney had a personal star on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood for a special contribution to cinema. A key character, an employee of the British Embassy in Indonesia, Jill Bryant, Weaver played in the drama The Year of Living Dangerously. In partnership with Sigourney got Mel Gibson. The project proved successful for both colleagues. Then came the cult picture Ghostbusters, where the actress played the role of Dana Barrett, in the apartment of which there are mystical phenomena. Tape turned out so successful that the box office alone helped the creators to cover the budget by 10 times. Specialist in the psychology of serial killers Helen Hudson Weaver portrayed in the thriller Copycat. The heroine did not leave her apartment after surviving an attack by a maniac. She gradually develops agoraphobia. Sigourney was able to accurately portray the character of Helen. Perhaps helped by his own phobia, the actress is afraid of elevators and escalators. In the late 1990 popular television film Snow White: A Tale of Terror, created in the genre of horror movies, in which Weaver appeared in the form of a negative character, the stepmother of the protagonist. The unconventional interpretation was not to the liking of all viewers. Users of IMDb gave the dark fantasy 6 points out of 10, and the positive reviews on Rotten Tomatoes were 55%. In 2015, Sigourney got another fascinating work, the sci-fi thriller Chappie. Weaver reincarnated as a harsh heroine living without family and children surrounded by dogs. It is interesting that for this role, only in the male guise, claimed Arnold Schwarzenegger. After that, Sigourney's filmography has been updated with a new part of Ghostbusters. In the scandalous reboot with women in the foreground, the actress got a supporting role as Rebecca Gorin. Viewers rejected the project even before the premiere. The number of dislikes at the first trailer on YouTube was a record and by May 2016 exceeded 1 million. In 2020, the screening of the Canadian-Irish drama My Salinger Year started, where Weaver got the image of a strict manager of a literary agency. Despite the restrictions caused by the pandemic COVID-19, Tape managed to collect at the box office over $755,000. The Ghostbusters Afterlife sci-fi film was announced for a November 2021 premiere. After the failure of the second part, Sony Pictures announced a reboot of the project and promised that the new script will be more related to the first film. Thus, Sigourney returned to the image of Dana Barrett. The creation of the picture was postponed back in 2014 after the death of Harold Ramis, who played Egon Spangler. However, the character is still present in the new film. The resurrection of the performer was achieved thanks to computer graphics. Social activities. After Sigourney starred in the 1988 film Gorillas in the Mist, the story of Dian Fossey, the artist became interested in the problem of the survival of these primates. Beginning to study the topic, Weaver became a convinced animal advocate. So, in 2006 the movie star spoke at the UN General Assembly with the report on the harm of industrial methods of fish catching. The actress was concerned about human rights issues. Sigourney did not ignore the difficulties of the inhabitants of distant Russia. In particular, the performer criticized Vladimir Putin for putting pressure on Pussy Riot. Personal life. Weaver jokingly noted that she is not interested in the paparazzi, as she is always in good shape and always married to the same man. But the artist's quiet personal life did not develop immediately. As a young performer, she was passionate about finding an artistic path and put off starting a family. In 1967, in Israel, Sigourney met local reporter Aaron Latham. The lovers became engaged, but the union lasted a few months and broke up. With her future husband, director Jim Simpson, Weaver met at one of the theater festivals. Jim is younger than Sigourney by 6 years, but the age difference did not prevent the partners. On October 1, 1984, the couple legalized their relationship. For a long time, the actress had no children, but in 1990, Jim and Sigourney had a daughter who was named Charlotte. The celebrity gave birth to a child late, in 41 years, but all turned out well. Now the heiress is also starring in the movie. Weaver is proud to be married to a reliable and caring man who loves his family. Sigourney Weaver now. In one interview, Weaver said the phrase that she is absolutely happy to be an old person in the cinema. Indeed, despite her age, Sigourney continued to star in new projects, increasingly getting starring roles. In 2022, she played in the drama Call Jane. The plot of the tape is based on a period of time when women were forced to clandestinely perform abortions. Curiously, the picture premiered in the year when America allowed individual states to independently determine the legality of this procedure. The performer of the main role said that, agreeing to play this role, first of all, she thought about women, about an inspiring message for modern society. Now the plot of the tape, in her opinion, is ideally suited for the political agenda. Another major role in the filmography of Weaver in 2022 happened in the movie Master Gardener. In addition, the name of the actress was announced in the work on the sequels of the blockbuster Avatar, called Avatar: The Way of Water. In the first part of the franchise, heroine Weaver dies, but, as stated by director James Cameron, in science fiction does not happen in death, so fans will again enjoy playing the favorite. She herself had a hard time on the set. Sigourney needed to hone the skill of scuba diving, so the actress has even gone to Hawaii to an experienced coach. As a result, she learned to hold her breath for 6 minutes.